It's 8 p.m. Dinner is done. The kitchen is cleaned, and the house is finally quiet. You drop onto the couch for a moment to yourself. Do you grab the remote or your phone? Either way, before you know it, an hour is gone, and it's time to go to bed. And you think to yourself, what happened to me time? You drag yourself to bed to scroll a little bit longer until you finally shut the lights off and go to sleep. In a few short hours, your alarm will blare and you'll drag yourself out of bed and start this cycle all over again, exhausted and overwhelmed before the day even begins. Hey, this is Suzanne. Welcome to the Daily 15. In today's episode, we're going to talk about self-care, why we don't get around to it, and how we can finally take care of ourselves, even in our busy schedules. If you know that you need self-care, but it feels like an impossibility in your busy day, this episode is for you. So grab your coffee and let's get started. Let's face it, taking care of ourselves isn't easy. It's the one thing on the to-do list that always gets pushed out. Self-care doesn't happen without a plan. But rigid plans don't fit in our ever-changing schedules. And that's why I like to think about it more as a self-care rhythm. We know it's important, but it never seems to rise above all the other urgent that comes along. The unexpected meetings, the sick kids, the broken dishwashers, the vet appointments for the dog. The list is a mile long, and this just gets added to the already overcrowded schedule. It's no wonder that women that I talk to live in this perpetual exhaustion, hoping and praying for a little relief just around the corner. We've all said it before. Oh, I'll do it when school's done. I'll do it when the kids are out for summer break, or maybe when the kids are older, or when this next project at work is done. But that day never comes. I think we all get stuck thinking our self-care is too complicated and it's too time-consuming, or maybe it's too expensive. But it doesn't have to be. And you know that I'm all about finding solutions that we can do in 15 minutes a day. Because even on our busiest days, we can find 15 minutes to grab for ourselves. So today, let's start to simplify our self-care plan, to make it a self-care rhythm, and create a plan that actually works in your real life that you can do for free. By the way, if you haven't grabbed the new 15-minute brain reset, this is the perfect self-care practice that you can do every day. It's a guided walkthrough where I help you to clear your brain fog, reclaim your focus, and get back to what's important. So I'll make sure to link that in the show notes below. So are you ready for a new approach to your self-care that you can actually do? The first thing that we need to do is start with a to-do list. But don't panic. This is not your average everyday to-do list. This is a list of activities that bring you joy, that recharge your batteries, clear your head, and actually fill your cup. It could be a hobby that you love but you haven't had time for, like painting or reading. It could be something about your health. Maybe it's running or getting outside to walk. It might be more of relaxation, a warm bubble bath, or coffee with a friend. Whatever it is for you, make that list of your favorite activities. Now, these should be simple activities you can do in your normal day with about 15 minutes. We all love a spa day or girls' weekend, but those don't fit into our normal days or our free budget. But we are going to tuck those away because those are important and we do need to plan for those. So once you have your list, I want you to keep it handy. Having it handy is going to help you to reduce decision fatigue. When you do have a few moments for me time, you can just pull out your list and pick an activity. No more wasting precious minutes figuring out what to do when you do have the time. It leaves you the time to actually take care of you and recharge your batteries. But here's the thing. We have made self-care really complicated. And we feel like it's too hard. And we've convinced ourselves that it has to be an all-day expensive event to count as self-care. So let's keep it simple. Small steps in the right direction get you where you want to go. Simplify your expectations of what self-care looks like. And remember, we're keeping these activities to 15 minutes. A short time of self-care on a daily basis will make a difference in your life. I promise. Now, one great way to squeeze in your self-care is with flex time. So what's flex time? It's a space in your calendar or in your schedule that's not defined for a specific activity. And listen, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, I don't have flex time in my calendar. That's crazy. It might surprise you how flex time seems to just appear out of nowhere, completely unannounced. Maybe you have a meeting that ends a few minutes early, or you have a doctor's appointment that gets rescheduled at the last minute. These are great opportunities to squeeze in a little self-care. And this is flex time. Instead of scrolling social media, use those extra minutes for some deep breathing or a quick walk outside. Maybe you get to read a few pages of that book that you picked up that you have been dying to read. And as you flex those flex time muscles, you'll become strong enough to begin to actually add flex time as a time block on your calendar. This will give you the freedom to choose how to use it based on how you feel that day and what activity would be most helpful in the moment. Remember, we're keeping that self-care activity list handy for those extra special moments that just pop up into our calendar that we can actually take and take care of ourselves. It's hard to take the time for yourself. You might feel guilty about it. You might feel like you don't deserve it, that you have to keep working until the work is done in order to earn it. And I think that's why we as women don't take care of ourselves. We don't take the time to pour back into our cup so that we can give of the overflow to those around us. And the reason that I'm so passionate about this conversation is because I was that way too. I was the one that kept making excuses and pushing it off until later, until my health wouldn't allow me to ignore it anymore. And these daily minutes of just taking care of yourself for 15 minutes a day helps you build it up over time within the time constraints that you have. It doesn't have to be hard, and it doesn't have to be complicated, and it does not have to be expensive. Friend, maybe what you need is a nap. 15-minute naps will do wonders for your thinking and for how you're feeling and how you show up in the spaces that you need to show up. So I just want to encourage you. I know sometimes it's easy to talk about self-care, and then we move along and it's back on the back burner. But as we wrap up today's discussion on self-care rhythms, I want to ask you a question. Would you skip out on a meeting with your boss? Would you not show up for your kids to pick them up from school? Of course not. Because you're responsible and you care about those situations and you love your kids and you're going to do what's best for them. And what's truly best for them is when we're taking care of ourselves, because then we can be our best and give them our best instead of the leftover crumbs. I want you to make the promise to yourself that you won't skip out on this self-care rhythm, that you'll make a commitment to make it a part of your everyday. It's important. When we take care of ourselves, we can show up as the best version of ourselves for the people and situations that we care about. Remember, we're here trying to create margin for what matters most. Simply making the promise to spend 15 minutes a day to take care of you can change your life. That's all it takes. 15 minutes a day. And you can create the life that you want, that you're working so hard for, and enjoy the people that you love. If you're listening in today and your mental load has left you feeling like your brain is broken, that's why I created my new workshop. And it might be just the thing you need. The struggle with brain fog is real. And for so many high-achieving women just like you, it's hard to ask for help. We feel ashamed. And we feel like we should be able to handle all these things by ourselves. And that's why I have this new workshop. Your brain's not broken. It's just overloaded. In this 5-session private audio series, we dig into the daily habits that help you reduce brain fog, eliminate decision fatigue, finally reclaim your focus, and restore your mental sharpness. And you can do it starting today. Along with the audio sessions, you'll receive a downloadable workbook with additional resources for each session. And as a brand new option for my workshops, grab the VIP package for a one-on-one 30-minute implementation session with me. In this session, we'll discuss any questions you have, create a personalized daily reset plan, and help you make this a habit for life. You'll find the link to register in the show notes, along with all the details and a limited time early bird discount for my podcast listeners. So why an audio workshop? Most of the women I work with are super busy just like you. So an audio series allows them to listen on their time, when it works best for them. And with 60 days access to the audios, you could have plenty of time to schedule your listening and learning time when it works best for you. And why add a one-on-one implementation session? I love to help women take what they're learning and make it work in their real life. And I want you to get the results that will help you daily. So many times we sign up for webinars and workshops, and we may even listen to them, but we never take the time to actually implement them. And that's the beauty of this implementation session, is that we get to work side by side to make sure that you can use what you've learned to give you the results you want. If you're done struggling with brain fog and decision fatigue and this lack of focus, this workshop is for you. And don't miss the special offer. Register today. Friend, thanks for joining me today. If you're ready to create margin in your life and a sustainable rhythm that's built for you and your family, you're in just the right place. Until next week, take your daily 15, grab that list that you made today, and do something for you. Just 15 minutes of self-care will help you to create the margin that you need for what matters most.